Yo, what up, YouTube? This is your boy Enrique, aka Biggie's Comics, coming at you with this week's comic book haul. That's right, guys. I got a nice little haul, nothing crazy. A few things I picked up, and my spending habits have changed, drastically. So I'm laying off a lot of the new books. I'm just reading out some of the stuff I have on my pull list right now, and finishing up, certain story arcs like Doomsday Clock. Glad Spider-Man is over because I'm done with that. Even the new Superman stuff that's coming out, I'm gonna read it, but I'm gonna read it digitally. I got my tablet ready to go, and that's the route I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go digital and some collected editions of certain stories. I've decided to just straight up get rid of all these, single issues that are just taking up space, and then I'm gonna focus more on key issues and focus on slabbing or grading the books in my collection that I feel are important, and also if I'm chasing any signatures and things like that, I'll get those graded with yellow label, when I get the SIGs. But that being said, real quick, I just want to thank Everardo for being a guest of this past episode of Chilling with the NY Warriors. It was a fantastic episode. Shout out to Jeremy Edwards for winning the first prize and Stay Puft 1983 for winning the second prize. It was loads of fun. I'm sorry, guys. Excuse the siren. Like I said, I live a few blocks away from a fire station, so it ain't an NY Warriors video unless you hear the sirens passing by. That lets you know that you're in New York. Can't help it. But anyway, uh, join us tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, for our seventh NY Warriors auction. I don't think it's going to be too much of a full house. It's just going to be me, Jeff Johnson, and Erod. We got a few things that we want to, pass on to you guys first. And if not, they go to eBay or Instagram. That's how we do it. You know what I mean? We'd rather give it to you guys first choice because you'll get it cheaper through us than actually when we put things on eBay and stuff like that. Because we all have eBay stores. Everyone in the community does. There's no denying that. I follow many people's eBay stores, so it's always good to try to help out your fellow community members first before you go to that route. So join us. You already know how we do. It's not just an auction. We're laughing. We're freaking joking on each other. You know how our auctions get hilarious as hell. So just like I said, if you're not coming to buy, just come to watch and have fun with us in the chat. All right. All right, so let's get started real quick. I'm trying a new setup. Sorry, I'm talking too much, but it's a new setup. I'm using a new camera. I've got a stand now for my digital camera for my external camera for my PC. So I'm not using my phone to record anymore. So let's see how this works out. All right. So first up, we have here the free magazine, DC Nation. This is the first issue, number one. They're basically taking the same idea as Image, the Image Plus magazines, where they charge you $1.99 for them, or they give it to you free if you buy the previews book. It's the same concept. They're gonna do the same thing. They're gonna be barcoded. You can scan these. They'll be in your, you can add them to your CZL, to your CLZ if you guys go that route, and it's just like a comic book. I'm sure they have a barcode and direct sale, so I'm assuming they're probably gonna end up having like a B variant for one of these. And the price, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not 100% sure, but it shouldn't be more than $1.99 or something like that, like $2 or maybe $1. But I know the first issue is free. All right, so next, I do have some back issues in this haul. It's not just new comics. So we have, which is not much anyway. We have The Walking Dead number 180. It ends that new story arc, the New World Order. And to be honest, man, spoiler alert, if just fast forward until you don't see this book. Well, I'm not gonna give you too many details, but it didn't end right. I mean, well, it ended, but I mean, nothing significant happened in this story arc. The only thing that was significant in this whole story arc, again, spoiler alert, when if you don't want to hear a little bit of information on this, just fast forward until you see the next issue. The next cover. Spoiler alert. The only thing that happened in these 6 issues was that Michonne found her daughter. That's it. And the new place. Nothing else. And the way they run it. That's all it is. There was nothing like major, in my opinion, that that required a whole story arc. Anyway. Then we have, just because I want to complete the set, we have the Bill Sienkiewicz variant, which is Alpha. Alpha has nothing to do with the story. She's already dead, but it's a creepy cover. It kind of looks like Michael Myers, right? All right, and then I picked up A True Believers. I don't know if this was this week or last week, but it was the only one on the rack, so I picked it up. Ant-Man and the Wasp, #1. So for me, I don't really pick up too many True Believers, but this one I will pick up because I don't have the original. Ant-Man becomes Giant Man. The original tells us suspense, I believe, issue. So it's cool to have that. I didn't even put it in the back and board because I'm just read it. It's on my dresser, and that's it. So uh, next. Oh, real quick, shout out to my boy Joker M21, Mike. He literally works down the block from Midtown Comics. So when I saw this connecting cover for this is a Matina variant, the Midtown Comics exclusive. I had to get it. It's one of those covers where I was like, you know what, I need that. And then this is the connecting cover for it. You see, it's on Venom #1. So it's actually, most connecting covers are in the same series. This one is more unique because it's two separate series. The Venom book and then the Amazing Spider-Man book. So which is really dope, really nice connecting cover there. So I picked that one up. All right. So this is my regular local LCS Comic Jones, but this week I've been home. I've been on vacation basically this weekend. So I've been exploring the other stores on Staten Island. So I went to my old LCS that I haven't gone in like 10 years, which is called Jim Haley's Universe. They have one in the city, but they also have the original stores here on Staten Island. So I walked in there and I picked this up because this wasn't on my pull, so it wouldn't have been on my Comic Jones pull list. The Immortal Hulk #1, and it reads like a horror book. It's a good read, but you know what? I'm not gonna pick it up because #1 is $4.99, so $5 for a little thin book. And also Marvel is so cheap. I looked at all the copies that they had there, and they all have like a color rub along the spine and along here. You can even see it through the plastic, the color up. And all the copies were like that. Also, the stock on the cover is just like an interior sheet. It was really thin. It's already waving on the top. They really, really, really freaking cheap quality. At least, I like Marvel. I love my Marvel characters, the Hulk, but DC, when it comes to the books, they do them way better. Quick example. Sorry for my little rant. Quick example. Any book that's $4.99 usually in DC, like All Star Batman, DK3, those are all $4.99 books. They're made in heavy stock covers. You're getting your money's worth on the book. It feels like a sturdy, thick book, real nice cover stock on it, and they charge you the $4.99 for it, but it merits it. Same thing with Spider-Man 800. Spider-Man 800, it's like an 80-page book. It's the cover is first of all, this should have been a square bound book. It should have been a square bound book. All the edges here they bust. So you buy this to read, they bust all the edges right here. All the corners are gonna bust because they used a regular cheap, interior stock page as the cover instead of making it, it's a thick, heavy book. And instead of making it a square bound book, Action Comics 1000, that it was, my opinion, more significant than Spider-Man 800, was less money. It was $7.99 cover price, and they made it a square bound book because it was going to be a thicker book. So they wanted you to have a nice stock. So nice quality book, worth the price. Freaking Marvel is just like certain clickbaiters. That's all they want. Excuse me. Sorry, look at that. My little rant caused me to cough. All right, let me put these down real quick. Yeah, so I picked up the Immortal Hulk. That was from that second LCS. It was a good read, but I'll pick it up digitally. This is the regular cover, Alex Ross, and they have a bunch of variants for it. Some of them are pretty good, especially I like the old school ones like Sal Buscema's, variant. I like because I like the old school drawing. All right. So then I went through a couple of their back issues. They didn't really have any Silver Age back issues there. They're more modern books there. Oh, actually, they did have a couple of Silver Age and the War, but a little overpriced for me. So I went through their back issues and I found some stuff to complete on some runs that I'm actually gonna sell because I want to complete runs when I sell them. I don't want to sell like a 3-book short and then I'm short one of the 3 books. So this one I have already. X-Men Deadly Genesis #1. This is I think it's the first appearance of Volturian, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. This story arc introduces the third Summers brother as well, and then I have the variant actually for issue #1, but this is the regular cover, which in my opinion is better than the variant, because it homages, of course, Giant Size X-Men #1. So that was a dope cover right there. So that'll be for sale on my set when I get that set together. Um, then I picked these up just to complete also my set of variants. And like I said, these are not in back issues here for $1. These are in back issues for either cover price or 50 cents more than the cover price. So I paid $4 for these right now. This is Deadpool number, it's kind of hard to number 14. You know, part of the, the secret comic variant. And then this is issue number 11. So I was missing those from the set. If you notice, I posted the set on Instagram for sale. But if anybody's gonna purchase them, I will just throw those in as a throw-in at the same price that they already posted for us. So I picked those up from that LCS, and then I picked up one wall book that they have because I thought it was a good price. I don't agree with their grading, but the price to me was okay. This is the Demon #7. I already have a high grade copy of this book, but it was only $9, and it's the first appearance of Witch Boy and his cat. I forgot what the cat, the name of the cat is. I can't remember at this moment, but they have it graded at 7.0. I don't agree with that. It's a bunch of spine ticks here. It does have a slight spine roll, but a person can get rid of that. There's color breaks on the corners. There's doggy is there in the corner. It's not a 7.0. There's no way. Whoever's grading their books is insane. I looked at him. I was like, you guys are insane. This is at best a 5.0, 5.5. But $9 is still worth it. It's a nice key issue, and it's intact. Everything is good on it. So I picked it up from that LCS. But my original LCS had they do the roll dice every Thursday. So it's a dice and it has a bunch of numbers and a bunch of percentages off if you landed a certain number. So I landed on 30% off of all back issues. So I picked up a couple, not much, but there was a few. This is Superman's Girlfriend Lois Lane #66. It says $9 sticker price there, but 30% off of that. So that's not bad. And then this one's really cool. This is Aquaman #48, and this one has a $10 sticker price on it, but 30% off. Off of the the $10 not bad. Also, it's the origin retold of Aquaman. So it's those books like that have a little value in them. Especially because there was no reprint. There was no reprint at the time of his origin. So they'll just throw the origin in a new issue, I guess. So that was it. And then this last book is from eBay, and I'm not sure if I showed it yet. I haven't looked at my previous haul video if I showed it, but just in case I didn't show it again. We never get tired of seeing good old Silver Age stuff. Wonder Woman #165, but I already traded it with Manny NYC because he's a huge Wonder Woman fan and he tries to collect her Silver Age stuff, and he knows I'm trying to collect Jimmy Olsen the run for it, so we have a couple of books that we're going to trade for, So that's it, guys. Just a little over 12 minutes. This is the haul. This is it. Join us tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on Big East, home of the NY Warriors, our 7th NY Warriors auction. Come for the deal, stay for the last. You guys already know. Until next time, peace.